All right, guys. Today we are gonna be reacting to "Girl, We're Shocked That Men Don't Like Women with Plastic Surgery." Let's jump in, guys.
Never naturally occurs. Like if you look at a girl from the side, there's like a ridge.
The sausage lips.
Well, even if it's minimal, there's like a ridge that never naturally occurs. So lip filler is actually pretty obvious to me. But again, it's scales. Like, okay, breast implants, that's a bit more. Lipo, that's a bit more. BBL, that's going pretty far with it. And so I do think that these are probably proxy for some sort of mental illness.
But so you would immediately break up with them if you didn't know and then they told you?
Oh, so I got bamboozled.
Yes. You couldn't didn't tell and then they tell you later. Does that
Didn't
make
tell
sense?
what though?
You couldn't tell. Like you didn't. I know you say you're really good at
but
seeing it, but I'm just saying if you didn't catch it.
Do you bring that up?
That's what I'm
Wait,
saying.
so just for the sake of like,
The hypothetical, is it that much of a deal breaker?
so one thing I'd like to try to avoid with these conversations is like going to like really kind of like extreme or like unrealistic scenarios. So like you can ask me like, what about this situation? So, okay, be precise. What surgeries does she have that I'm not aware of? And I've been dating her for a year.
Sometimes she got a boob job, and I know. Let's just say, but theoretically, in this
know.
hypothetical, you did not know. Would it be that much of a deal breaker? Where
How would I not know if I've been dating this girl for a year? I felt her boobs.
Do they
like
feel
it doesn't
different?
feel normal.
Okay.
If
I
you
mean,
have
and the
breast
dotting on the body.
Have you
and
felt
stuff.
fake boobs?
Well, yeah, but
They
the
do
point
not
isn't
feel
about the
normal.
fake boobs. I just picked a random surgery. It's just a plastic surgery. You could pick anyone you like if you
All right,
if
well,
you didn't
okay,
notice.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it would be a deal breaker.
There
yes.
you go. That's all I was wondering.
Yes.
That would not be a deal breaker for me.
If she bamboozled
If
you?
she lied about it, yeah, for sure. But if it was something that was so minor that it wasn't,
She giggles and like surprise. But you are virgin.
I feel like
forgot about
you're
that.
gonna have a really hard time finding a girl that isn't incredibly insecure about something. So yeah, I don't think that wouldn't bother me too much.
Oh, bro, no. This guy, you have to keep your. I don't know about this guy. This guy, like, it's the principle of lying. That's what it is. Like, she's not being honest right for the get go. That's the principle. That's the problem.
So I guess to answer your
But you think it's
question,
an omission? Like she was hiding it for a reason?
There you go.
Yeah, if she was hiding it and she lied about it, like I said, that would be
She's
a
not
completely
lying
different
about it. She's
situation.
just omitting it because perhaps she, like in Brian's case, Brian's saying, okay, I don't like this. So the response from the gal is like, okay, but what if you really like this girl? And then you found out later that she had this work done and hadn't told you about it. Let's say Brian had never asked, so he has no idea. She didn't lie to him exactly, right? She just hid it. In this case, it would be she just hid it because she knows he doesn't like it, right? That's the case.
Yeah.
Isn't
Definitely
that like an omission, really?
that's definitely a second date question for me. I usually go with that one, and then "Are you a virgin?" is usually a first date question.
That makes sense.
21.
No, I get that, but I'm not saying you specifically. I'm just saying in the case of Brian, what I'm saying is that there's an omission. So if you go for a year, right, and a girl's had a boob job and things like this, and knows that you don't like plastic surgery, that's why she omitted it. She hasn't lied to you, but she has done an omission here, which to me would be just as good as lying, essentially, right? So you just say, look, that's dishonest, even if the intent wasn't to lie directly.
Yeah, if
Correct.
you made it clear that you don't like it, for sure.
yeah,
That's-
and I guess going back to your thing, so I mean, even going in, it's not 100% a deal breaker. Like if she has fake boobs, it is like a negative mark though.
Yep.
Like aesthetically, I don't like it, and then I'm gonna probably make some assumptions, whether correct or incorrect.
That you might be hiding something. You might be hiding something.
Like maybe proxy for mental illness, or she's just like, there's a degree of vanity there that I typically don't find attractive. It's not 100% a deal breaker, but it is like I am less inclined to date a woman with fake breasts.
So Brian, for you, it's a red flag for you personally. Like let's
It's
say
not
outside of the work.
Yeah, so it's not 100% deal breaker, but do you guys, is red flag a considered deal breaker, or is it just something like I'm
Yikes.
proceeding cautiously? I
Yeah.
mean, for
Not
some,
a deal breaker.
some people
Proceeding
consider red
cautiously.
flags deal breakers, but yes, it would be a red flag. Is it? But yeah, not 100% deal breaker, but I mean, it's just not my preference. It's not my preference.
Understandable.
But like, if the girl's otherwise amazing and meets all my other criteria, I don't think it would be 100% deal breaker. But I do have a strong preference towards. I'm a natural body supremacist. Natural body supremacist. Prefer natural. I'll
Bodies.
I'll
I'll dig that.
over perfect fake titties. I
Damn.
did a poll on it on Twitter, actually. 80% of guys who responded to my poll said they'd prefer a girl who has A cups or who is flat over a girl who has perfect, like I said C cup fake breasts.
I feel like your demographic might be biased, though.
Yeah.
It could, sure. It
Because what happened, I'm gonna explain this. I don't think females confuse that attention a lot, because they think there's a lot of simps in the comment section. They think that those simps want to marry them. They're just simps. They just want you for a sexual object. That's what they want you. But I can guarantee you they will not marry you. There probably will be some of them that would, but in reality they wouldn't. They just, you're used for that. You're just, that's what you are.
could.
It's your followers.
It also got into the Twitter algorithm.
but I mean, shouldn't it be? So if the idea here is you're kind of sampling the demographic who are in the dating market, who are young men who are giving you their preference, like it seems like that's exactly the demographic you want to hear from, right?
But you're pulling from a religious demographic specifically.
No?
This isn't a religious demographic.
Or I guess
not
more
whatever.
conservative. I mean, between Andrew, you're really religious, and I would say you're fairly conservative. So I'm assuming most of the people that watch you align in that camp.
Not whatever. No. Whatever.
Not whatever
has a
explicitly,
completely
but-
different. So I
Or
would
it's a
agree with
specific
you.
following.
You know what I mean?
Well, I would agree with you on the Crucible, my channel, that probably 50-60% of people are religious. There's no doubt that that's true, but whatever's a whole different ballgame. I don't think most of the people there are religious at all.
Not specifically religious, but there's a type here. You know, the viewers are very familiar. They familiarize with his preferences.
They're men. That's what she's trying to say. They're men. That's basically what she's trying to say, guys.
With his preferences, but I feel like that goes that is only limited to your followers. So they are
problem,
gonna agree
yeah,
with
is
his
like,
type of girl.
You'll have clips, right? And those clips will go out to millions of people, literally millions. And then you can start reading through the comments, right? And it's like there's an awful lot of men who seem to agree with the social circle that's speaking on these polls or whatever. Now, is she right? Is that astute scientific information? Well, no, right? Of course not. And nobody's saying it is. Just that I'm not sure that it's biased. I mean, that's kind of who we want to hear from, right? Is men who are in that demographic, who are in the dating demographic. That's who you would. I don't see what's biased about that.
Are you actually asking me, or you're just generally saying that?
Yeah, I'm asking you, like, what's actually biased about it? I don't know.
I think if you also polled your general community about certain viewpoints, they probably lean more conservative than liberal, so therefore they're probably going to align with more natural body types than non-natural body types.
You mean just any random community anywhere?
In whatever podcast specifically.
I mean, if you
Well,
go
I mean,
on a
but
female,
the problem with that is that most men lean conservative. Period. Most women lean progressive. Most men lean conservative. Now, that's not saying that all
Dang,
men
I'm
are
just so good at
progressives. It's not
this.
saying all men.
He just shoot from the hip and he just hit right on it, man. Like, I was not even thinking about that, but he's true. Most men tend to be more conservative. Most females tend to be more progressive.
Are conservatives, just that most men lean more conservative, center right. Most women lean center left. You see that in their voting patterns. So wouldn't that be reflective? You're saying it's more conservative. They like natural body type. Seems like you're making the case that men generally would like a more natural body type, right?
that's what they say.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not even clear to me that
Exactly.
liberal men would be more inclined to fake body types. I mean, I
Yeah.
don't,
Well, I agree. Hang on. I agree with that. But her point was to say, I think that because they lean conservative, therefore most conservative men likely would prefer to have natural body types. But if we extend that logic out, it's like, fair enough. But if most men then lean conservative, this would be most men with like natural body
Yep.
types. Regardless, of what liberal men do or don't like, right?
Yeah. Okay, we have a chat here from Jason.
That's a great point. That's a great point. I think personally, I think that females like them, right? They're used for that. They're just gonna be used for whatever they're promoting themselves for. And a lot of guys, fantasy might go crazy, but that's what they're gonna be used for. But they trying to swap this to a real relationship. Ain't gonna happen. Ain't gonna happen. Let me know what you guys think. I'll see you in the next one.